What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jada Real. I'm back with another reaction video, and today, boys, we'll be reacting to every type of alien explained. And if you don't know, it was released by the news that there has been 4 type of aliens that have been, I guess, unveiled to the public.
We are not alone. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside, shocking.
And do people think that there's one type of non-human intelligence that's visiting the Earth, or is there many, many types?
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 types, 4 separate types. Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talk to.
4 different types of life.
4 different types of life.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, Insectoids, and reptilians.
Let's see what those 4 are talking about. I want to know whatever they know or think that they know about them. So we're gonna get some information on that and see how do y'all feel about that? They came out and said there's 4 types of aliens. Some of them we done already knew, I feel like. And also, all my reactions are real and raw. I don't watch the videos before I make a reaction video to them. I watch them with y'all. As y'all are watching them, I'm watching them with y'all. So I want y'all to know I'm not like watching this shit and then saying, oh, this is what this is, this is what this is. If somehow that happens, I don't know, gang. I just predict what's gonna happen before this shit happens. I don't know how, gang. Cause dude was crying in the comments the other video talking about, dude, you're messing up for the viewers, man. You're telling us it's gonna happen before that. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Watch the video, bro. I promise you, this is all raw reaction, bro. But without further ado, hit like, hit subscribe, drop a comment. Let's get into it.
The Greys. The Greys are the face of alien contact in modern human consciousness, and their appearance has remained disturbingly consistent across thousands of reported encounters spanning 7 decades. Standing roughly 3.5 to 4.5 feet tall, they possess disproportionately large heads with smooth gray skin that appears almost translucent under certain lighting conditions. Their most distinctive feature is their eyes, massive black almond-shaped voids that occupy nearly 1/3 of their skull, with no visible iris, pupil, or white. Witnesses describe these eyes as completely emotionless, yet somehow intensely observing, absorbing every detail with an intelligence that feels both advanced and utterly alien to human experience. The Greys possess virtually no nose, only small nostril slits, and their mouths are typically described as thin lines that rarely open and never speak, communicating instead through direct telepathic projection into the minds of those they encounter. Their bodies are frail and spindly, with long, thin arms ending in 3 or 4 fingers, and they move with an unsettling fluid grace that suggests either advanced technology compensating for physical weakness or a fundamentally different relationship with gravity. The first widely publicized encounter occurred in 1961 when Betty and Barney Hill reported being taken aboard a craft in New Hampshire and subjected to medical examination by beings matching this exact description. Since then, the Greys have appeared in abduction accounts from Brazil to Japan, from Australia to Scandinavia, with witnesses who have never met describing identical details down to the texture of their skin and the cold, clinical efficiency of their examinations. They are associated primarily with medical experimentation, genetic sampling, and what abductees describe as a breeding program, though their ultimate purpose remains as opaque as their black eyes. The consistency of description across cultures and decades suggests either a genuine phenomenon or the most successful mass psychological imprint in human history.
So those are the ones that we basically see in movies and shit. Like, he just explained the ones that we are typically would see, or like you would think that you would see, or what they told us aliens look like.
The reptilians. The reptilians exist at the intersection of ancient mythology and modern conspiracy, described as a humanoid species with distinctly reptilian features that allegedly operates in the shadows of human civilization and has done so for thousands of years. Standing between...
My bad, sir, I had to pause it, but thinking about it, the Greys, I feel like it wouldn't scare me as much to see a gray alien that I've seen in movies. Fucking, you see in E.T., Like we just see gray, like the normal alien with the head, the eyes. I just wouldn't be that scared of them. But seeing a fucking reptilian, I think seeing a reptilian would probably scare me a little bit, bro. Cause like you gotta imagine looking at a fucking killer croc in front of your face.
6 and 8 feet tall, they possess scaly skin in shades of green, brown, or occasionally gold, with vertical slit pupils identical to those of Earth's reptiles. Their faces combine human and serpentine characteristics, with prominent brow ridges, sharp angular cheekbones, and mouths that can unhinge slightly wider than human anatomy allows, revealing rows of sharp pointed teeth. Some accounts describe them as possessing small ridges or crests along their skulls and spines, while others report completely smooth, scaled heads. Unlike the Greys, reptilians are described as physically powerful, muscular, and aggressive, with some witnesses claiming they possess the ability to shapeshift or project holographic disguises to move undetected among humans. The modern reptilian hypothesis was popular.
I pause it again. I heard somebody said the Kardashians were a fucking reptilian family. Just I don't know, just a thought. Just had to put that out there.
Popularized in the 1990s by conspiracy theorists who claim these beings occupy positions of power within governments, corporations, and religious institutions, secretly manipulating human affairs toward unknown ends.
However, the concept of reptilian humanoids appears much earlier in human mythology, from the Naga serpent beings of Hindu and Buddhist tradition dating back over 2,000 years, to the dragon kings of Chinese folklore, to the serpent in the Garden of Eden itself. Accounts describe reptilians as cold-blooded in both physiology and temperament, operating with ruthless logic and viewing humans as either resources to be exploited or livestock to be managed. Unlike the Greys, who are reported as emotionless but not malicious, reptilians are consistently described as deliberately hostile, supremacist, and contemptuous of human life. Whether they represent suppressed ancestral memory of a predecessor species, interdimensional entities, or psychological projection of humanity's predatory fears remains a matter of intense debate.
The Nordics. The Nordics appear as the most unsettling type of alien precisely because they look almost exactly like humans, specifically humans of Northern European descent, and this similarity raises questions far more disturbing than monsters ever could. Described as standing between 6 and 7 feet tall, they possess perfect symmetrical features, flawless pale skin, platinum blonde or white hair, and brilliant blue or occasionally green eyes that witnesses describe as containing an otherworldly depth and clarity. Both male and female Nordics are reported as strikingly beautiful by conventional human standards, athletic and graceful in movement, and typically wearing simple form-fitting jumpsuits in white, silver, or pale blue. Unlike the clinical Greys or hostile reptilians, Nordics are consistently described as benevolent, communicating in perfect unaccented English or the native language of the contactee, often delivering messages about nuclear weapons, environmental destruction, and humanity's need for spiritual evolution. The first major Nordic contact case occurred in 1952, when George Adamski claimed to have met a being named Orthon in the California desert who warned him about atomic testing, a case that established the template for hundreds of subsequent Nordic encounters.
The disturbing element is not their message but their appearance, because if an advanced extraterrestrial species coincidentally evolved to look exactly like idealized humans, the statistical improbability approaches impossibility. This has led to several competing theories. Some researchers suggest Nordics are actually human, either time travelers from our future or survivors of an advanced ancient civilization. Others propose they are deliberately mimicking human appearance to ease contact anxiety. The darkest interpretation suggests they are neither benevolent nor alien, but psychological operations conducted by human intelligence agencies, using perfectly ordinary tall blonde individuals to discredit genuine alien contact by association with obviously fabricated cases. What remains consistent across reports is their almost evangelical insistence on delivering warnings and spiritual guidance, behavior that seems strangely human for beings supposedly from another world.
The insectoids. The insectoids
The Nordics? What if they are like trying to mimic human-like forms so we don't get scared? But they might be cool though. Like they could be cool. Like I'd rather run into one of them or one of the grays than a reptilian or this one, the insectoid. Because if I see a big ass bug, I'm a trip out. If I see a big ass bug, it's all, bro, no. And not even that. A 6 foot, that bitch says 6 foot to 8 foot tall reptilian. That's fucking tall, nigga. That's Wembenyama. I ain't gonna lie, Wembenyama, he's probably an insectoid. Like, just look at him, bro. Look at his length and how fucking skinny he is.
Insectoids represent humanity's nightmare of the hive, alien beings whose appearance and behavior suggests a completely non-human psychology organized around collective consciousness rather than individual identity. Described as standing between 5 and 7 feet tall, they possess hard chitinous exoskeletons in dark brown, black, or occasionally iridescent green, with elongated heads dominated by large, multifaceted compound eyes that curve around the sides of their skulls. Their mouths consist of complex mandibles that move independently, and some reports describe them possessing additional smaller limbs or appendages near their upper torso. Most distinctively, insectoids move with insect-like jerking motions, sudden and angular rather than fluid, as if their neurology operates on fundamentally different timing than mammalian movement. Witnesses describe them as completely silent, communicating through what abductees interpret as hive mind broadcasts rather than individual telepathy, experiencing entire groups of insectoids as a single distributed intelligence. The most famous insectoid encounter occurred in 1973 in Pascagoula, Mississippi, when Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker reported being taken aboard a craft by beings they described as robotic in movement, with crab-like claws and wrinkled gray elephant-like skin, though later analysis suggested the wrinkled appearance may have been a misperception of segmented exoskeleton.
Subsequent reports refined the description toward more explicitly insect-like features, particularly resembling praying mantises, leading to the subcategory known as mantids. These beings are associated with the Greys in many abduction accounts, with witnesses describing insectoids as overseers or supervisors directing the Greys' medical procedures. The horror of insectoid encounters stems not from hostility, but from their complete incomprehensibility, beings whose consciousness is so alien that communication feels less like conversation, but more like being processed by a vast, indifferent intelligence that regards individual humans the way we regard individual cells.
I ain't gonna lie, is it called telepathy, or I think that's telepathy, like being able to talk to people through your minds. Like, I feel like them being able to talk to you in your mind without them speaking and just like standing there would genuinely like fuck with somebody's head. Like, you gotta think, you hear your own thoughts. As your own person, you can hear your thoughts. Nobody else can hear your thoughts. So imagine not having that voice in your head, but somebody else like speaking in your head and like you know what the fuck he's saying. Like how does that work, gang? And how do you hear it? Like, do you hear it through your ears, or do you hear it like you know how you hear your own thoughts? Like you can know what you're thinking. Like, how do you comprehend? How does a human person comprehend somebody talking through their head? Like, that shit's gotta be fucking like weird, gang, and like creepy. Like, I think that would fuck with some people's heads, bro. And just for right now, YouTube, I know this is a short video, but I just want to do the first 4 that's been announced to the public. I'm gonna do the rest after this video, but I just want to do these first 4 because I wanted to know more about them. I feel like we should all know more about them. Maybe it's something we need to know, you feel me? Comment down below which one you think would be the most friendliest. Me personally, it's either the Nordics or the Greys. Because anybody, you see a big ass bug, it's over with. You're running or shooting at that motherfucker. The Nordics, like, they like a fucking regular ass white dude, I guess. Fucking reptilian, you already know you're gonna trip out. You see some shit like that, come on. There's no doubt about it. But the Greys, we done seen already. I'd rather run into probably a Grey. I'd rather run into a Grey than any of them. But comment down which below you would. Anyways, hit like, hit subscribe, boys. I'm coming back with the next video that drops all of them. But these are the first 4. So hit like, hit subscribe, and we on to the next video. Peace out.